Hello, everyone, this evening, and welcome to Divisions 5, Round 3 of Season 15 at SRA. I am Stephanie Fisher, joined in the booth by Trey Morgan.
Hey guys, how you all doing?
My deep apologies for missing our intro video. It's not updated in my scenes, and I'm being your broadcaster tonight. So, my apologies. I'll have it up.
There's always first time issues. We just get 2 first rounds for our streams, so no big deal.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, where are we tonight, Trey?
So like you said, we are at Barcelona, one of the most controversial tracks. Last week we had an amazing race at Nürburgring. Tonight we are going to have a night race at Barcelona, the first of what I'm going to call the non-traditional races. So most of your races are going to be, daytime, but we have 3 races that aren't in just pure daylight. We have Barcelona this week, which is at night. Next week at Donington Park, we're going to possibly have rain. It's a variable setup, so it could rain, it could not rain. And then again at Laguna Seca, we're going to have some maybe rain, some maybe not rain. But we're not going to worry about those future tracks. We're just going to worry about Barcelona for the moment.
All right, let's take a look at Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona is a fun track. We are not using the most recent layout with the edited Sector 3. We unfortunately have to deal with the ending chicane, but the first half of the lap is still pretty fun. So it starts out with a not quite hard braking zone, especially compared to the last 2 tracks. It's a lot softer of a braking zone, so you can still see overtakes. It's just not, you're almost coming to a stop. But again, like I said, it's turn 1, it's a little bit downhill, then we start the massive climb through turn 2 and 3, and that is our first sector. Sector 1 is very short, especially compared to some of the other tracks that we've been to. But after turn 3, we go into the first, what I'll consider hard braking zone of turn 4. Turn 4 is a long, almost hairpin. It's too wide, in my opinion, to be considered a hairpin at all, but it kind of feels like it when you first enter. So it's a sharp braking zone followed by slowly letting on the gas. You wash out wide, have to cut back to what would be the inside of turn 4, which is the outside of turn 5, for the second hard braking zone of sector 2. It's a downhill left-hander, very easy to wash wide on, and that's kind of where I expect to see most of our issues tonight, or at least the first place we'll see issues tonight with spins and whatnot. After turn 5, we have a left-hander of turn 6. Turn 6, not really a corner, you just breeze through it on to turn 7, which is another hard braking zone through an almost chicane after it of turn 8. And then after turn 8, we're going back up a hill to turn 9. You don't really have to brake for turn 9 unless you're going side by side with someone. So that is a fun corner to drive. But you make the right-hander turn 9, go back down the hill into the last true overtaking zone of turn 10. Turn 10 was modified recently, but not in this game, so we are doing the old layout. So hard braking zone into the left-hander, and then you start what I call the dreaded sector, because Sector 3 is a bunch of slow corners that you wish were just a tiny bit faster, especially the chicanes of 14 and 15, just before the long straight. But we should see a lot of good racing, hopefully a good few overtakes, but hopefully no chaos like we saw last week in a couple divisions.
Well, hopefully, but it is an evening race, and I believe you maybe alluded to the fact that the practice race last night might have been a little spicier than we would have preferred it to be. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, I know the D4, D3 race had a lot of issues, but we've been surprisingly clean in D5, especially compared to some of the incidents we had last year in D5. So I'm optimistic, is what I'll call it.
Optimistic. Awesome. Well, let's look at our driver standings. We have looks like we are being currently led by Cameron Thibodeau in the Ford Mustang for Box with 111 points. But he is being followed very closely behind by Mr. Josh Parker, who has quite the fan base. Also, in his Lexus for Randon Racing, with only 11 points behind with 100 points. Not to be outdone, though, Cliff Hemian is for Blackout Racing, and the Porsche 992 is in third place. Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up a minute here. Because we have gold and silver standings. And 2 and 3 are currently being held by silver drivers, although I do not anticipate them to remain silver drivers for long. So maybe I'll just continue with this as it is. So B3, Cliff Hemian with 92. We'll just go a little further into it. Mike Cook, also a silver driver. So 2, 3, and 4 are silver drivers for Midpack Mafia Goodfellows, driving a nice little BMW. He's sitting in P4 with 92 points also. So he and Cliff Hemian are about to duke that out to see who can get ahead. He's followed by Zach Watt in a BMW also for Potato Performance with 85 points. Now that's the next actual gold driver if you're looking for the gold standings as they currently sit. And he is tied with Andrew Dwangbanglio. Best guess I can do with that. In a
You're correct on it.
Oh, okay, good. For Apex GP. And then behind him is Michael Santos for Champion Motorsports, the McLaren Team Orica in a McLaren with 80 points, tied with Emil Garcia for Aviary Motorsports in his Ford Mustang. He's followed by SIG SVG. I saw some SIG fans in here. In a McLaren for Yellow Subs Racing, followed by Stefan Palarin in the Apex GP in a Lexus with 76 points. And that is the rest of our field. We'll quickly hit the team standings as I hear them starting to get out and ready for their qualifying lap. So team standings, box with Austin Thibodeau and Cameron Thibodeau is currently in the lead with 162 points. They are very closely followed by Apex GP with Andrew Dwangbanglio and Stephen Palarin in the Lexus with 161 points. A single point difference there. And I believe, now the Thibodeaus might have had someone on pole, but Apex GP, I don't believe either of them have had a podium finish yet this season, yet they still sit number 2 for the overall team standings. So don't have to get a podium to get the team or even a driver's champion. Just be consistent. Now,
the one thing I will point out, sorry to jump in here in a little bit. So with us being through 2 rounds and the way that our drop race points work, we're only showing essentially the best race over the last 2 races. If we get rid of the drop race points, Apex GP is actually in the lead by about 8 points.
Oh,
so
point. Nice.
So like you were saying, consistency is very key. And most of that I'll say is from Josh Parker. He has finished P2 in the last 2 races. So I expect him to hopefully do good here again, but we'll have to see.
Well, we'll get down to Josh Parker because number 3 is Potato Performance with Brad Garman and Zach Watt. Now, Josh Parker's team is sitting at number 4, Randon Racing with Dan Thibodeau and Josh Parker. In number 5, we have Blackout Racing with Cliff Hemian and Renard Blanc, or Blanc, I guess.
I believe it's Blanc.
I think Blanc sounds nice. Number 6 is Midpack Mafia, the Goodfellas, Glenn Jacobs, Mike Cook. 7, Yellow Subs Racing with Cameron Hastings and SIG SVG. Number 8, Black Flag Racing, Roger Dismukes and Raymond Lorenzo. 9, we have Gout with Nolan Witt, Andrew Hopkins, and a Mercedes. And number 10, Red Eel Racing with Juicy Jake and Neil Leader. And then we have the next 10 are there. But we're going to go on track and take a look at these guys as they are out here. Let me actually let you take a look at these guys out here. Oh, let's see someone who's actually driving. Take a look at Brian Acomb. Did I get that right?
It's a B Acomb, so I don't Brian Acomb, so yeah.
Oh yeah, got it right.
There you go. Yeah, so Acomb is our first driver out on track. He is currently going through the last corner there, turn 16. So, assuming he's not... I believe he is just now starting his first lap around the track. So we're going to go on board there in the bottom right pip and watch from the sky in our main screen, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what the track is like. So with this being a night race, qualifying is essentially during sunset, and so there's a lot of turns, like you just saw there, where the drivers are looking straight into the sun. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these drivers navigate basically being blind for 3 to 4 corners.
I think it'll get worse later.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, Acomb having a little bit of an issue here. He had an oversteer moment through, I think it was turn 3, and went deep into turn 5. Again, this is his first lap, so not too big of an issue. But we are starting to see some times here. Jacobs is currently P1 with a 146 flat. Santos P2 with a 146.8. And Hastings in P3 with a 146.5. Or 8.5, sorry. So these drivers are basically setting their banker laps at the moment. While we watch Acomb finish his lap here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the practice standings here for a moment.
Yeah, and then we'll look at other... Oh, okay, you found it.
Yeah, I did find... I managed to find it. It was a little bit hard. Acomb, it looks like, invalidated that lap.
Yeah.
So... He's just setting more banker laps, I guess. But as for the practice standings, most of the drivers are sitting around mid 145s. There are a few drivers who have gotten into the 144s, that being Juicy Jake and Cliff Hemian. And Hemian, I'm not seeing him.
I do see him here. He's sitting at P11 currently. He's still warming up his tires, I think.
Yeah, it would not surprise me. Yeah, with it being so late in the day, this track is going to be a lot cooler than the last couple races we've had. So, while I don't expect the silver drivers to have a better track, it might be a more even track than it would normally be, just because some drivers might have issues keeping their tires warm through a whole lap.
Well, glad to see that Team Parker is going to be joining us all together. Sounds like some of them are on the way, but Heron Parker is in. I don't think if we figured out what Karen's relation was to our Parker buddy.
If I remember... I don't want to say this with absolute conviction, because I could be very wrong. But isn't she the mother or something like that? I could be wrong on that entirely, so I apologize if I am, but that's what I seem to remember. Because I know that we had a dad, or his dad and 2 brothers.
Yeah, I was assuming so, but I really hate to assume stuff. So hopefully the audio is a little better for me. I didn't check mine, I guess.
While we were arguing over, I guess, family lineages, Hemian has gone to the top with a 1:45.6. He's still about a half second off on his best time, but he is doing good. On screen, we have Dan Thibodeau, speaking of another familial relation. Since I believe all three Thibodeaus are still in D5, yes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Although we did have a couple of people already leave D5 for D4.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. So Bayham, who absolutely dominated race 1, and then had I believe, if I remember correctly, he was actually ahead of P1. He was ahead of the driver. He was behind at the start of the last race. That's why he got a drive-through. But so he dominated race 1. Got absolutely terrible start to race 2, but he did do pretty well, and so he got promoted to D4. And then Peachy Stearns also got promoted to D4.
So I noticed that Baham wasn't on here, or even on the standings list, so I was wondering what happened there. Now I know.
Yep, so he is hopefully not going to be fighting against me up there in D4, but it is nice to see some of the faster drivers get to move up into their, what is probably closer to their correct division.
Yes. And it happens. It's a tough thing to try to predict how well people are going to do over the course of a season with their performance on one track. I believe that Baham is relatively new to SRA.
I would say that's probably the case.
Hastings moving himself up to P3.
The guy behind him, Jacobs, went a lot faster than that, though. He's up to P2.
Yep.
Yeah, he was improving by almost a second on his previous lap. Dan Thibodeau just improved to P8 by about 3 to 4 tenths. And Acomb is now up by about 2 tenths, although he's not too far through the lap, so he could very well gain or lose a lot more time.
Well, some eyes on Josh Parker. Josh Parker, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm normally really bad with names, so I'm doing my best.
At least the last names are right there in front of you.
Yeah.
It does help jog your memory.
Definitely.
He had been sitting in P11, but he's currently, well, he had been almost a second up on his last time, but he just had an issue going through that corner. I don't know if it was a oversteer moment or a brake lock moment or what, but it's looking like he's going to get stuck down there in P11. He does have a couple corners to get more improvement out of it, but our previous P2 guy is going to be starting toward the back of the grid.
And he is not going to make it in for another try at this.
Yes, our silver drivers are now finishing their laps. As I believe I explained last week, but I'll explain it again because you never know who's new here for SRA. But our silver drivers are normally going to be our slow drivers, like we showed in the team standings. That's not always the case at the beginning of the season, but we always have our silver drivers qualify for the first 10 minutes, and then our gold drivers qualify for the second 10 minutes. That way we have less issues with people's getting run over. And so we always try to make sure that people have enough room to do their qualifying without getting either impeded by someone in front or run over by someone behind them.
Oh, getting run over would be very bad.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a few times in some of these races.
Definitely the less than ideal situation.
For certain. So right now we are riding along with Garmin, Brad Garmin. So down there in the pip you can see how he moves his hands. Unfortunately, the Oh no, the pedals do move. Okay, so I don't know if you will be able to see it with how small that picture is, but we'll be able to ride along with him as we go through the lap.
This is getting through that final chicane to come around the last turn up in the start finish. I think it's still a warm up lap, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, I
Yeah.
have
So
to admit, I'm seeing a lot of yellows throughout this
yeah.
qualifying.
I'm sure a good part of that is well, I think Duong Bonglio actually spun there in the pip because he was sitting at a very weird spot and I think his bumper's damaged, but I could be wrong on that. And he just RTG'd, so yeah, he had an issue.
But I noticed in the silver qualifying there, as the qualifying went on, there were a few yellow flags here and there that kept popping up more than I'm accustomed to seeing during qualifying. So hopefully they're going to get all that out of their system now.
We can hope so. But the track is only going to get colder. At the start of this session, the air temperature was around 22 degrees, 21 degrees Celsius, and we are down to 20 degrees Celsius already in about 10-ish minutes. And it's not going to get better during the race. So we can hope that they get it out of their system, but we will have to see.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see. I've always found the colder track. I wouldn't say 20 is that cold, but that cold tracks to me were harder than hot tracks.
Yeah. It's an interesting balancing act because it's obvious that people wouldn't really like hot tracks because that absolutely ruins your tires. But cold tracks like to ruin your tires in other ways because you have to run your tires at such a high pressure. As we see someone off there, Warren.
Yeah, I have to pick on people now.
Yeah, we're to that point. But as I was saying, cold tracks ruin your tires in a different way that you're not able to get them up to temperature a lot of the time. It's not quite as bad as, say, wet tracks are, but it can definitely ruin your grip levels in a way that you don't expect.
I think that's the thing. Is it always, at least like a hot track, you sort of anticipate how it's going to make your life miserable. As the cold tracks, I don't know. I've just always had a hard time determining just how it was going to make my life miserable this time.
Yeah, it's fair. We did have some more yellow flags here toward with some of the gold drivers at that are currently at the bottom of our standings. Like you're saying, I really hope we get it all out of the way now, but we'll have to see.
No, we're missing quite a lot of people. I think we only have 28 drivers today. So.
Yeah. We had, I think it was about 23 last week. Or 33, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was in the 30s.
Yeah. We do have more people than set practice laps. Or at least valid practice laps, I guess. There are only 27 drivers that set laps for D5 in the practice timesheets. So we do have one more than expected, I guess. Also, we missed it, but Witt, down there in the pip in the bottom right, went pole with a 155 flat. So he's over a quarter second up on the best silver time we saw.
Yeah, the gold drivers aren't making too much headway into these silver drivers on this track.
Yeah, it's a little weird to see, especially with what we've seen the last 2 weeks. where the gold drivers have started to filter themselves up toward the top at some point. But I think, like I was saying earlier, just goes back to the track temp being not what you would expect. Because while I would say the track does improve, we were at optimum before the end of silver qualifying. And so it's not like the track is getting vastly better for these gold drivers when we compare it to the silvers.
No. So quite the fan club for Josh in the chat this week, and Ben also Juicy having a shout out and a cheer on. Gersty, not thinking he can get could have gotten a better time, but did get his personal best on his qualifying, and I think that's fantastic because that's something I could never manage to do. Qualifying was always at least a half second off my personal best consistently. Just can't make it work.
Yeah, I had one, what I'll call God qualifying at Indianapolis last season for the opener, and it's been all downhill since.
I understand. Polarin with a half a second up, so if he gets that, that would bring him up to 3 or 4 more positions, up to P12. And he does hold on to it.
Yeah. Juicy Jake, though, was improving by quite a bit. He's currently up half a second, and he's just over half a second down from P1, so he has a very good chance to take pole. Provisional pole, anyways. As long as whoever that is in front of him doesn't impede him too much. That's Garmin, who's also a half second up on his last time, or at least was. So definitely a good shot to get provisional pole for the moment.
Well, he's got 7/10. That would give it to him if he can keep this delta that he's got. Somehow grabbed a whole bunch of time there in that section.
Yeah, he's getting insane times right now, but he does well through the chicane, which is really, I think, the hardest corner to get correct. He's
does all right on the exit, takes pole.
Yeah, by a half second.
A 144.437.
That is a monster lap there, and it looks like he is settled with that time. He is heading back to the pits. And I dare say he's correct. There's not really anyone that I could see getting a better lap. The people that would be improving enough, or by a whole lot, by over half a second, are all down in P23 and P24.
Now,
although Garmin...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, how does that compare to his best lap in practice?
So his best lap was a 144.7. So he did improve by a good bit.
Yeah, that would be as far as we can tell, a personal best for him.
Yeah, now, I suppose he might have been cheating in single player doing more practice, but...
That's why I said I suppose it's a personal best for him. Yeah, Juicy Jake squeezing all the juice out. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, so Witt is slowly improving here. He's about a 10th up on his best time, but not really enough, I don't think, to get to pole. Leader has a yellow flag, but that's just because he was slowing down to end on the pit straight. And I think Witt is really the only person anywhere near being able to challenge Jake.
I believe you are correct. Although, for a second there, he got a pretty good chunk of time. Garmin moves up to P3.
And Witt has given up on his lap. So he will stay P2.
Duangbanglio has given up. The only person out there with a valid lap right now is Mr. Polarin. And
he just gave up too.
He's thrown in the towel too, so... Yep, they're all done. So, our field will be led by Juicy Jake, Mr. Witt, Garmin, Hemi, and Jacobs, Leader, May, Thibodeau, Duangbanglio, and Hastings. And while we wait for them to do their thing, We're going to do our thing, and we'll be right back.
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top-tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specialising in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay, and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
We're back.
All right, welcome back. We are just about ready to get rolling here. Gonna give it a couple more seconds for them to finish all their setup stuff, but we're gonna do a grid walk here. So we start in P1 with Juicy Jake. An amazing lap. He was 4/10 up on his best lap overall. In P2, we have Nolan Witt, who did a very nice job to secure P2. P3, we have Brad Garman in the BMW, and our top three are all gold this week, which has not been true for the last couple weeks. P4, we have Cliff Hemian. Our first silver driver did a very good job, I think, to get into that top five. Glenn Jacobs is behind him, also a silver driver, so did very good. P6 is Neil Leader in the Ferrari. P7 is JP May. P8 is our first of three Thibodeaus, Cameron Thibodeau. P9 is Andrew Duangbanglio. P10 is Cameron Hastings. P11 is Brian Acombe in that wonderful Bentley. P12 is Austin Thibodeau. P13 is Ben Van Loo. I know that someone was cheering for him earlier. Edward Cox, so hoping he does good here today. P14 is Stephen Pellerin. P15 is our final Thibodeau of Dan Thibodeau. P16 is Renard Blanc. P17 is Rob Warren. P18, with a kind of shock that he's halfway down the grid, Josh Parker. P19 is Michael Santos, who I know I'm personally cheering for fantasy reasons. P20 is Andrew Hopkins. P21 is Don Draper. P22 is Jonas Scheel. P23 is Roger Dismukes. P24 is Mike Cook. P25 is Raymond Lorenzo.
Oh, that's black. Not nice.
Yeah, the camera positions at this track aren't the best sometimes. P26, one of our better drivers from last week, is toward the back, I think with a penalty, but I'm not sure, is Zach Watt. P27 is Sig SVG. P28 is Mark DC. And then last but not least, Gershty Speed in P29. So we are getting close to the end of this formation lap. Steph, do you have any last thoughts before we hit green?
It's a roll of the dice how this is gonna go.
Yeah, with
it's
it being
crazy.
Yeah. With it being a night race, it will be very interesting to see how our drivers do, especially since most of their practice was probably done during the daylight. But we will have to see as we are rolling close to the green. And we are green. Off and away we go. We are already 3 wide at the very back of the pack. 4 wide. I'm really hoping that we keep it clean. We are clean for the moment. We are coming down to turn 1, though, which is going to be where most of our chaos probably happens.
And it's happening already.
Oh, no!
In the back. It is a hot mess and a half.
Oh, we have ruined our perfect streak. Josh Parker is thrown into the wall. We have someone sideways, facing backwards, actually, at the start of turn 2.
Oh, it just keeps going. Hits, bangs, hold the brakes, guys. And please be aware of yellow flags. They're yellow for a reason.
Yeah. So, we have unfortunately lost our streak. But the front 5, I'll say, front 6 or so, are all mostly clean. Juicy Jake got around Hemian for P2, and we have a battle here for P5. Or P4, which is it? P4.
P4. Looks like a couple. You got battle for, what's a battle for P4? You've got, back a little bit further, you've got a battle for P7 with Dwangbonglio and Thibodeau back here, side to side, going into this one. And no action there. We're gonna keep it clean.
Crazy first couple of corners, and then everyone kind of remembered, oh wait, we're supposed to be racing, not playing bumper cars. At least for the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, bumper cars is going to leave a lot of people in a bad way to start this.
Yeah. So there were a lot of people who lost spots due to that. Jacobs went from P5 to P25, so he's lost 20 spots already. Pellerin lost 9 spots. Shiel lost 5 spots. Blanc lost 6 spots. But the big winner out of all that here is Lorenzo, who is fighting for P14. He was up 11 spots due to all that chaos. And Michael Santos in the chat has already called it, unfortunately. I believe he was one of the people who RTG'd right at the start of the race, so not surprising given the chaos we saw.
You've got Shield, Parker, Jacobs, and DC all in the pits.
Yeah. So.
And there's a Thibodeau out. Spinning.
Dan Thibodeau is sideways.
And let's see, how did that happen?
So just an oversteer moment.
Just an oversteer moment. Okay.
Yeah. So, while we were catching up on all the crazy at the back, Hemian has gotten past Juicy Jake to get back into P2. And he is slowly trying to claw his way back up to challenge Wit. We got a lot of very close, basically side-by-side battles here. We're going to go on the wing here in the pip just to get a little bit more interesting look at all of the drivers that are behind. Is Hemian has a massive oversteer moment, but that could just be Porsche things.
Well, sorry to hear that, Michael Santos. That sounds like a horrible thing to have to deal with.
Yeah. I've dealt with it before.
Yep.
Something similar. At a spa race, just as the light went green, my game froze, and so I just moved off to the side of the track to hope I didn't hit anyone. As we have more carnage here at the back.
Oh, guys.
That is SVG, Draper, and Watt. It looks like...
You did not have overlap. Couldn't avoid that one.
And SVG tried to get around on the outside, but wasn't able to.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to predict where they're going to end up going in those situations.
Yeah, especially with how wide the leading car was going into that battle. So, not shocking that that's happened, but still unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess if I don't remember who was who, it looks like the leading car was trying to anticipate the dive, but
yeah, unfortunately didn't anticipate well enough.
Yeah, but they'll review that, and maybe they can learn how to anticipate better next time. Not that it's his fault in the least bit, but it is a technique to learn.
Yeah,
keep you in the race.
If nothing else, he can learn how to make stewarding appeals. As we have another spinner, and that's one of our leaders, Garmin.
What happened, Garmin? Take a look at that again.
Yes.
I don't know if he actually contacted or was trying to avoid contact most desperately. Which I will give him credit for the latter.
Yeah, he certainly didn't at least majorly impact the guy in front of him, so
yeah.
Not the worst in the world. Definitely could have been better. He could have not spun, but also a lot worse. He didn't ruin someone else's race.
Yeah.
So, right now we are watching two of the Thibodeaus fight it out, and I believe these are two teammates. They're both in the same Fords. But Cameron Thibodeau is under massive pressure. Duong Bungalow looking to the inside. Decides not to do anything, but he has gotten very close. I'm going to go along on the wing here for C. Thibodeau, just so we can watch to see if something's about to happen. Out front, Hemian has caught Witt. He's about a half second back, so we could see a battle there. P11 has been taken by Hastings and Acomb as Duong Bungalow goes side by side through the last corner. Oof. He's overtaking Cameron, and Garmin is looking to capitalize on that as well.
He wants to get those spots back that he lost back there.
Yeah, he's still side by side, so he does have a chance as long as he doesn't hit the guy in front.
Oh, close the door and check it.
Maybe a little bit of a hip check, but everyone's still pointing straight. So not too big of an issue. Acomb.
Wow.
Acomb just got hit.
Oh.
Oh, so I believe that was Lorenzo and Acomb fighting each other.
Yeah.
Lorenzo has gotten going back again, but Acomb is still facing sideways, trying to get back.
Unfortunately, our man Parker was part of the lap 1 carnage in the beginning, so he is clawing his way back up. Now, the good news for him is I believe he will have cleared his... Yes, so he has cleared his pit stop, which is hopefully good news for him.
Yeah. It's going to be hard, probably, to keep the tires alive for a whole 50 minutes, but it's not impossible.
No.
To answer your question, MMA, I'm not going to say it wasn't his fault, but there was carnage ahead of him, so it's not entirely his fault.
Yeah. We didn't do a slow down evaluation of the lap 1 carnage because it was rather massive. But the short answer is he was in it, and now is in the back from having to pit that. Whoa!
Oh my. That is a dive bomb and a half. Oh, as we all see another dive bomb in the pip.
Ugh.
That was C. Thibodeau trying to get past Garmin. Almost had a rear ending, but thankfully not.
Yep. MMA, you are absolutely correct.
Yeah, life doesn't throw you sweets all the time, so
Nope.
you gotta learn how to deal with the punches.
The way this race is going this far, as long as he can stay out of any more incidents, he'll probably make up a lot of spots just by driving clean.
Yeah, we've already seen issues already with only 10 minutes completed. It feels like we've been here a lot longer than 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Currently, we are watching A. Thibodeau fight against leader here for P5. Thibodeau does have the advantage of speed and power. But
And right behind him, Garmin's getting past Tuang Bonglio, trying to make up the spots that he lost a couple laps ago.
yeah, with them fighting so hard, it's allowed Van Loo in the back here to get really close to them. I'm going to go on board with Van Loo here in the pip, just so we can get a really fun behind view of what's happening.
All right, I'm going to go back up to Mr. A. Thibodeau as they come down to turn 1. Looks like they might be almost side by side. I don't know if he does not have overlap for this, but
Oh, he gets it though.
leader's going to give him the space and he's going to take it.
Yeah, that was very late on the brakes for A. Thibodeau, and the inside of that corner is the preferred line, just because you get a lot better exit for turn 2. So amazing job there on the inside, late on the brakes. SVG has gotten past Mike Cook in a very close battle for eventually P15.
Yes. Oh, wait, Juicy Jake!
Oh no! He's sideways!
What
and he
has
has thankfully
happened?
gotten out of the way.
I think this was just oversteer.
Mm.
What? And he hit the grass.
Mm.
Not. Oh man.
Yeah, if there's any silver lining from that, it's that him facing backwards did allow everyone to see exactly where he was.
That's a good point.
Yeah, not that you would want to see someone facing backwards, but you would at least want to see where they are.
Yep.
Leader, I'm not sure if he's having some kind of issue, but he got caught very quickly and passed by Garmin, and is now currently under some very heavy pressure by Leader. I'm very confused. Did someone just leave?
I think that someone may have had a disconnect. I almost want to say, is it P1 that disconnected or P2?
I think that was P1.
I think so also.
I'm going to scroll back here in the live stream
Yeah,
so that I
please
can
do,
see.
and I will keep an eye on things here.
Witt had been in the lead, and he is now, as far as I can
Gone.
tell, nowhere to be found.
Oh, that's a heartbreak and a half.
Oh, and he was doing really good.
He was in P1. I was trying to keep an eye on it as Hemian was, hovering at around a little over half a second from him. And now he's gone.
Yeah, so unfortunate way to get the lead, but Hemian is now our race leader. So I assume that we're going to see something here in a moment, or eventually, with him explaining what happened, although I am certain that whatever he's thinking right now are not calm thoughts.
No.
As we almost have a rear ending. Tuang Bonglio there with leader. With
It's like
leader being in a Ferrari, he does have a lot
Thibodeau.
of brakes.
Thibodeau in the back is off. I don't know if you can grab that.
Yeah, I will pull up a quick replay. Oh, I think he just had an oversteer moment.
All right. That was a pretty fancy, that was actually pretty fancy. Nice little spin around and right back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just decided to perform a pirouette. But he is now under more pressure from Blanc and Gershki Speed in the back, or behind him. Dan Thibodeau had been being chased by someone, so I'm not entirely sure if he had help making that go around. I would hope not, but I wasn't able to tell.
I don't think so. I think it was pretty clean.
Yeah, but right now, our main battle is up here between leader and Duong. This is for the last of the top 5 positions, so I would expect them both to be fighting pretty hard for it, as Duong Bunglio has a very big off, almost a big off there. That might just be how he takes that corner, to be honest. He take more curbing than you would expect, but also, he spins.
And
there
right
goes
behind
Duong Bunglio.
him, Warren is off also, so I'll take a replay on that since we watched Duong Bunglio go. Spinny.
All right.
There we go. Just another oversteer into the wall.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. I don't know if that is due to the temperatures. They're down to 17 track and air.
I would assume that's the case. I'm not able to see tire pressures, but it would not surprise me if some of these drivers, maybe some drivers who didn't do long run practice in the race server, they may have pressures that are too low. As we see someone going alongside and hitting. I believe that's for Lorenzo and Hopkins.
It is, but how rude.
Very rude. So, yeah, Lorenzo kind of shoved Hopkins out of the way to make that pass, unfortunately. At least that's what it looked like to me. He has gotten the position just a little bit. But now Lorenzo is under pressure from SVG and Watt again.
Yes. Yeah, so that put Hopkins lost 3 places due to that rather unfriendly shove. Draper having a
no.
Having a little spin. I'm gonna say that maybe these temperatures are messing with them, because I don't remember.
Oh, Lorenzo also went off.
Spinning this much.
Yeah, well, that last spin that we watched in the main screen, as we watched for Lorenzo here in the pip, just go way deep on the brakes. But the one that we watched in the main screen, I think, was more because of how he took that corner. Specifically with the AstroTurf on the outside, can get very slippery. As we are now watching Van Loo on Hastings, I believe.
Yep. And there he's putting the door. Then you've got a Juicy Jake back there, just taking advantage of all of that. He must have gotten a really good run. Just look at him go.
They're side by side. Van Loo has to leave the space because they were side by side through the corner, and Juicy Jake does get the position. There was almost a bit of a moment with Duong Bunglio behind them, but
I'm thinking that maybe some of this spinning is also due to it being dark. It's very hard to see the markers that you would have acclimated to
Yeah,
during the daylight.
Yeah, if you don't specifically practice in the night, it can feel like an entirely different racetrack. So, you have to be very... I will call... What will I call it? You have to be very intentional with your night practice, because it's... You can practice in the night and then race in the day, but normally not the other way around.
Correct. SVG and Lorenzo back here trading places.
Yeah, Blanc and Speed also traded places, and Blanc, I think, has some major damage. I don't know if you can see it in the pip, but his windshield is all kinds of messed up.
As soon as there he is. Hastings pops into the pit. He's had enough. So there's Blanc. Yeah, it's hard to see. It's dark. I can't see.
Yeah, it's much more apparent in the onboard view.
Okay, well, let's look there. Oh, yeah, look at that windshield.
So yeah, he's had some kind of issues today.
As some more people start to pop in the pit. Hastings is in, Draper's in, I think MDC is just parked there. We're supposed to not notice him.
Well, I told him that I would show him on Spotlight, so I'm going to do just that.
Ah, here, I can do you one better. There we go.
There we go.
Let's see, you get another camera. There's a one. You got that
Our glorious
one.
leader.
There's not much going on track at the moment, if we're going to be honest. We'll take a nice look at that beautiful Bentley.
Oh, no, Parker!
Where? Parker, sir.
Parker. Doesn't he know he's supposed to be good for his fans? So yeah, it looks like he just had an oversteer moment going through the, what is that, turn 7? Yeah, turn 7.
Yep.
He is still...
What? No!
Oh, no! And that's an even bigger off there.
Yep.
And he hit the wall. I don't think he has too much damage, or at least not enough to damage the windshields. So, I think he should be okay. He has dropped back down to P24, but Jacobs in P23 is still right ahead of him, so he still has a good chance to get farther up.
Oh, we've got more people popping into the pits here.
Blanc is right on the tail of Speed here. And Jacobs has also gone off. I'll pull up that replay here. So Jacobs down in the pip, going through turn 1, taking too much curb, and then hitting the outside wall. Or inside, or almost hitting the inside wall. I think he stopped just beforehand, so no big issues there. But in the main screen, at least I hope we saw it, Blanc got past Speed, and now Speed's getting back past Blanc.
Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle on Speed. He's going to lose his speed doing that.
He certainly tried to get past him, but I think he went a little bit too inside.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that the grass isn't a racing surface.
Well, might not be able to see. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's harder to see the grass. We'll take a look at this from here. I mean,
yeah.
Actually, I'm going to hop up ahead. Thibodeau coming down on leader here. We'll see how this goes.
He's on the inside.
Yep.
Oh,
what?
He's also going. Someone going around the outside. So I believe that's Van Loom. Almost had a. He was really close to hitting on the outside there, but that was an amazing, I guess, avoidance action by leader not to get taken out. Oh no! Thibodeau.
taken out, though. As we come around here, Thibodeau and May entering this corner really close, and May just...
Yeah. So, May, I think, was trying to... At least I assume that was May. That might have been Garmin. I'm not sure, but... He was trying to perform a switchback maneuver, it looked like, and just wasn't able to get it done. Thankfully, Thibodeau's not lost too much time. So...
Kind of there's your Josh Parker's car. You've got black, white, and red. As he does a gorgeous spin out for you to see the whole livery. Look at that drift. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to take the camera away from him because I think I forgot to light my incense and stuff today.
Yeah, these drivers are all camera shy today. That's why we turned off all the stage lighting. As leader now goes into the pits. And that will open the door for Duong Bonglio and Van Loo. No, Van Loo also went into the pits. So it'll open the door for someone to try and go faster. I don't know who.
Yeah. Sorry, my camera curse has been building up for too long here, so
yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, also, as we are watching May. Oh no! Someone spun. Blanc spun.
It's another one. I think we have contact as there's two of them going out on this one. We'll see how this works. It's our lovely chicane. And that's where we have it. Yep. The little tap.
Draper also spun. I will pull that up here in the pip.
Okay, I'll let you do that. Not that there's much going on. I'll give Hemian his screen time. Hemian is 10 seconds ahead of the leader of the P2. He is the current leader due to Witt having had a connection
Jacobs
failure.
is also off.
Oh my word, guys.
Oh, and he did hit the wall this time.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think he just went late on the brakes there, unfortunately. I'd been giving these guys so much praise the last couple weeks for being maybe not the most clean division, but definitely more clean than we would have expected. And then they go and do this. So, I don't know what to think anymore.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the lower divisions tend to have newer drivers. Not saying that everybody here is new. I recognize some names. But night driving at these speeds in these cars is totally different than day driving. And if they haven't had a lot of experience, we might expect to see more learning curves going on track. Trying to put that in the most tactful way possible.
Yeah. I think you did a good job, and it definitely makes sense. Like you're definitely not going to have as many, if any, rookies in say D1 or D2. Although I will say that has not stopped D2 from having ping pong events. I will say that.
Oh, it doesn't stop D1 from having them either. Doesn't stop anybody.
It does stop what I believe Anton called optimistic overtakes.
Yes, unless you do have a few thick-headed people who your hot lap heroes, we like to call them, can drive very fast, but not when there's anybody near them.
As speed.
Ooh, look at that drift!
Oh no! Don't hit!
What are you doing? Stop! Just go straight.
So, well, he can't go straight. He was on a corner.
That's true. Well, but before that, just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the one thing that I will say about speed is he goes off
and just drives under the ether.
Well, I was trying to be nice. But the one thing I last week I said that speed might be on keyboard. He is not. He's on controller. Still very different from. Yeah. Still a lot harder than wheel because you don't have quite the fine tuning. that you normally would.
Yeah.
But he's been doing a good job for the last few weeks. Hopefully we'll continue to do good.
Yep, we will be rooting for them. At least we root for almost everybody, really.
Almost.
Almost.
Is there someone you don't cheer for?
Not yet. I always leave the option open.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, right now we're double on board. I will go to an outside camera here for
whoops.
Watt.
That's the only battle right now, so.
Yeah, you're doing what I was doing the last couple weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, Watt is chasing down Dismukes for P6, and then just ahead of them, Duong Bonglio is just getting back into range of Juicy Jake. The only other that is really the only close battle so far is Watt goes a little bit off there.
Hemian was our race leader a couple laps ago, right?
Yes, I believe he pit.
Yes. Okay, I was just making sure that I'm reading all of this correctly, that he did indeed pit.
Yeah.
All right. So.
While we're talking about that, Watt has gotten around Dismukes.
He has. And
As Acomb... Oh!
You got that. Okay.
I will show this replay in all of its unfortunate glory.
Yeah, and it looks like P2, P3, P5, Jake, they're all pitting.
See,
it is about
just another
halfway.
oversteer moment. We are halfway through this.
We are.
I was talking about how the first 10 minutes lasted like an hour, but these past 20 minutes, if it lasted like 5. So.
Yeah. Well, there's just so much going on in the first couple of laps. None of it
is
good. Really.
Yeah. So while you're going through these pit stops, I'm going to go ahead and cover our fastest lap. And that is, at least currently anyways, by Hastings here in P10. You can see him in that yellow McLaren in the pit. He set the fastest lap with a 1:45.3. So an amazing, basically qualifying time there. He is the only person in the entire field to get below 1:46.
Wow.
Yeah, the next closest person is Hemian, and his lap was a 1:46.1.
Wow. Oh wait,
so
we have Garmin has a 1:46.0.
I hadn't seen that.
But while you're there, my statistical friend, who has made the largest moves so far in this race? Or like, you know.
So, for the moment, our biggest... If you exclude the pitters, or the people who haven't pit up front, because as of right now, Watt and Dismukes have both made about 20 spots, but they still have to do their pitting. So we'll have to see where that all shakes out. But our 4 biggest movers, positive movers anyways, are Lorenzo in the Porsche, SVG in the McLaren, Cook in the BMW, and then Kirsty Speed in the Ferrari. They've all made... Lorenzo, SVG, and Speed have all gotten 12 places, whereas Cook has gotten 9. And those numbers could improve once our pitters finally finish pitting.
All right.
Yeah, so we got 2 kind of close battles at the moment. Actually, it's all one big battle. But we have Thibodeau attacking Leader, who's attacking Juicy Jake, or at least will be here soon if he can keep going. Toward the back, Acomb... I'm not sure if he had an issue, but he just got passed for a good bit. To MMA Post, I really would like to see him do better, but unless he has a teleporter, I don't think he's gonna just jump up 15 spots in the last 10 or 25 minutes.
He would
Still possible, but
possible, but it probably involves some serious carnage on the part of the rest of the field.
Ugh. Speaking of, we almost had some.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thankfully, nothing yet. But,
Garmin has hopped into the pit, so we'll try to keep an eye on when he comes out. Compared
Watt
to
has
an
also gone.
Hemian, just to see how he compares to the leader of those who have pit already.
So, I don't think Garmin is really in a position to fight Hemian for the win after the pit stop. He might be able to in like 10 or so minutes after the pit stop ends, but I don't think he'll be close enough after the pit stop.
I didn't think so, but I always leave the door open. I don't know what Hemian's pit stop looked at, as Garmin is... Looks like maybe his pit is cleared, is coming out.
Mm-hmm. And he is probably going to be, by the time he gets to the end of the pit straight, probably about 7 to 10 seconds down.
Yeah, and Garmin has gone past him, so...
So, if there is a battle for the lead, it's not yet.
Switcheroos there. People are pretty well spread out. Thibodeau and leader, and then up ahead of him, Juicy Jake and A Thibodeau. Oh.
Jake almost had an issue there. It was kind of hard to see on the wing, but he had a snap of oversteer before going into the corner.
I had a request for Hopkins, who's back here at P18. Nice amount of clear air for him, front and back, to just try to put some good laps in and enjoy the night sky.
Yeah, he's been kicked around a little bit this race, unfortunately. So hopefully that doesn't continue, but we'll have to see.
Who is ahead of Parker? That was Hopkins ahead of Parker. We were just looking at. So, didn't work that time.
Ugh.
Sorry. Oh. The Thibodeau and leader.
I will say Cameron is doing a really good job of getting, like, right to his bumper. I don't know how he's not hit him yet. Now that I've said that, I've probably jinxed it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
hopefully not.
Yeah, but you can see it from both the outside camera and from the pit just how close he is.
Let's see. If I go to leader and I take a wing... Whoops, wrong one. Wing.
We're gonna go a bumper view here. Oh, and he just goes off.
Oh, bye. Sorry, Cameron.
I will take full responsibility for that. That does let Van Loo back within a second, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to stay within a second.
Nice one, Kate. Is it Kai Kage? I'm not sure.
I want to say Kai Cage.
Oh, maybe Kai Cage, yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody noted Watt being up a lot of spots from not qualifying, but then that reminds me that, except for, Duang Banglio's going in the pit now. So soon we'll be able to actually look at all of the movers and shakers and see who has made the most movement.
Yeah, so it kind of depends on where Duang Banglio comes out on whether or not it's 15 or 16, but Watt is up currently anyways 15 spots. And then Dismuke's right behind him is up 11 spots. So they're doing very well, like they were saying.
Actually, I'm sorry, go ahead. It's fine.
I was just going to be answering K or Kai or however you pronounce it. I do not watch Naruto.
My kids watched it. Does that count?
It counts for something, we can say.
Maybe. It's just too many episodes, I think, for me to try to go catch up on.
That's probably fair. Yeah. But we are back at the same spot we were our last lap with Thibodeau right behind leader And he's actually gotten a good exit this time, so he might have a chance to do something this lap. Duong Bonglio has come out of the pits just ahead of these two in P7, so this might turn into a three-way battle.
Look at this, look at this. Oh, so close.
Yeah, these are some, this has been some great driving between Leader and Thibodeau here, Cameron. Leader has had pressure on him for at least the entire time after pit stops, maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later. And he has not really had any issues so far.
I want to say that they've been having a great race ever since coming out of that pit where they've been battling it out, but I don't have any real bona fide wood around me to knock on, so I'm not going to say it. Josh Parker is a yellow
Not
flag.
again.
Mr. Parker maybe had too much fun on vacation.
Oh. Yeah, he had an oversteer moment trying to enter the chicane. He's not been having a good race so far.
No.
He is up from the back of the pack, because after the lap 1 incidents, he was last, and now he's P19. So, he's not doing it as bad as he could be, but definitely not having a fun race.
No, unfortunately, I don't think he is.
Maybe for this race, he should have changed his car to include some yellow, so he could be his own yellow flag.
I see. Witt is back in the server, sitting in the pits. So unfortunate for him.
He's so many laps behind at this point. Well, no, he's at 19 laps. So he could probably still get points. And I believe he will still get points, but nothing like what he would have gotten, unfortunately.
No.
But Van Loo here is now chasing C. Thibodeau, Cameron Thibodeau. This battle from about P7 to P10 is about the only thing we've been seeing on track for the last while. Probably partially due to how many cars we don't have this week. The drivers are just a lot more spread out. Like, if you look on the track back there, only about one sector is full, and then everyone else is just kind of...
Yeah, it is quite spread out. You've got seconds between most people. This is the only place we have currently that has anybody less than a second from the next guy.
Yeah, so C. Thibodeau did not get a good exit. I've been told to stop throwing shade at Parker. So I might be in trouble here.
You might be.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can reverse curse you. You've got a race tomorrow.
I mean, they can certainly try. I wouldn't put it past them to be able to, so. It honestly wouldn't surprise me either way. Yeah, so this is still a 4-car battle. I'm shocked at how close Leader has been running to Duong Bonglio without really getting close to him. Part of that could just be tires. Part of that could just be the fact that the Ferrari really can't catch up to anything on a straight. But Thibodeau...
Parker is having a really hard time, and it's not our fault, as he went yellow again.
I'm not gonna show it this time.
No,
I might get slapped by a metaphysical hand if that happens.
You might. So what I'm noticing, I'm trying to watch this. You've got Cameron's gaining on leader entering the corner, but he's losing that time at corner exit.
Yeah. So that mostly just comes down to car strengths, I think. So the Ferrari, I think, has the best brakes in the game between both its actual like steel brakes and its engine braking. So, ooh.
Yep, he was gonna make an optimistic move, possibly, but leader shut the door on him and said no.
Yeah, and that's allowed Van Loo to get around Thibodeau.
It has. Now,
I don't know if it'll stick.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that, because Thibodeau shouldn't have been in a position to make a dive in there. I don't believe he was anywhere near being wheel to wheel with leader, so leader was entitled to take that spot.
Yeah, so to me, at least from the onboard video here, it almost looked like Thibodeau just went in late on the brakes and then leader leaped out of the way.
Okay.
So if that is the case, amazing job for leader on watching the rearview mirror. I will take some credit for teaching him that skill due to some incidents I had with him last season. But he's been doing, like I said again, he's been doing a great job so under this pressure and not making any mistakes.
No, but with my earlier observation, it seems like Cameron's going late on the brakes. Just about every turn, which is deceptively looking like he is gaining time, but on the exit, he's not. And that's what I was trying to think of or put out there is he sacrificing his exit for that time he gains on the entrance, which is maybe not the best tactic.
He certainly could be. The Ford is, as long as you can get the power down, is very good on exits just because of how much horsepower it has. So you can somewhat sacrifice your entry for your exit, but normally that's by taking a slower entry to get a faster exit, not by taking a faster entry to get a slower exit.
Exactly. I think that's what I'm thinking, that he's doing the, taking a real fast entry, but he's getting a slower exit because of that. And, it's an easy, I don't want to call it a mistake, but, it's deceptive. And behind us now, we've got Watt and Van Loo maybe exchanging places as, Watt gets past. I'm just going to go look at that because that might be fun to see.
Yeah. So it looked like a great overtake from what we could see in the pip. I have a feeling that Thibodeau is maybe just overdriving the car a little bit.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, especially when you get really worried or really anxious. You can try to do more than what you're actually capable of, especially later in the race when the tires maybe aren't going your way. To answer the chat, SVG is down here in P14. He's been having a quiet race since the start. I think he was involved in our lap 1 chaos, unfortunately, but P14 is nothing to sneeze at, so he's doing pretty good.
As Juicy Jake looks to have taken our fastest lap of the race with a 1:45.322. Pretty speedy. Especially considering track and air temperatures are 17, which are not the most ideal.
Yeah, they're down to 17, and while the track is technically optimal, the tires definitely won't agree with that. To answer your guys' question, no. Duong Bunglio is not a teammate of Josh Parker. Josh Parker's teammate is Dan Thibodeau, who I don't see anymore. So I believe he might have DQ'd or DNF'd.
Oh, I see.
And,
Wit
yes,
is actually in the race and moving. So, you know, kudos to him for coming back and continuing to drive this race.
Yeah, he's 3 to 4 laps down. So not fighting for anything, just hot lapping, but sometimes that can help clear your mind a little bit. But we have 2 battles on track right now. The one that we're watching in the main screen is for P8-ish, I'll call. Depending on which group you're specifically looking at. And then the other one we have is Juicy Jake and A Thibodeau fighting for the last, the top 5 spots. Not quite podium. I almost said the last podium spot, but that's not correct.
Nope.
The other thing to notice is Garmin has pulled to within 4 seconds of Hemian. Hemian had a, 10-second lead earlier in the race?
Yep.
But Hemian's last lap was a 1:46.4, where Garmin's last lap was a 1:45.4. So I don't know if they'll keep this relative pace, but if that does, we're going to have a battle for the lead here at the very end.
We just might, because even Hemian's best lap is sitting at a 1:45.6. So I think last lap he just had an unfortunate lap, but it looks like those Porsche tires are maybe not treating him so nicely.
No.
And Garmin's able to get a little bit more out of his BMW in this second half of the race.
Yeah. So even on the last lap, Garmin was faster, but not by as much. And Hemian has invalidated his last lap, so we will have to see what happens. As Hastings! No! I will quickly pull up the replay here. Oh, and it's a turn 1 incident. Or turn 2, actually. No,
Parker fans will
Hawkins.
be maybe a little happier, although Josh has quite a few seconds to make up to get to him.
Yeah. So Hastings has fallen down to P6. Parker, I think, is still too far back. No, he's a second back now.
Yep.
So
he's gonna be able to at least battle him, if nothing else. So there you go, Josh Parker fans.
You have something to cheer for.
Yes, you do. And yep. Garmin he's a second and a half from Hemian. Although they both invalidated their laps this time around.
So Hemian is hemorrhaging lap time. Meanwhile, Van Loo is going side by side with Watt into turn 10.
Take a look at that.
He's performing. Oh! Van Loo, very good job to avoid Watt there. Watt had an oversteer moment going through that corner, but the switchback worked anyways, so amazing job there by Van Loo. I honestly don't know how they didn't collide there. That was insane.
Juicy Jake coming down the start finish right behind A Thibodeau. Does not
awesome.
try for anything.
On the pit straight, Duong Bunglio has gotten past Hastings. Hastings has some major front end damage. I don't know if you pip there. But his front bumper is dragging along the ground.
Oh, that's definitely not what he wants to see. Juicy Jake and A Thibodeau really battling it out through these turns as Garmin in P2 comes within 0.7 of a second of Hemian.
I'll pull up the leaders battle here in the pips just so that we can keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Because he just keeps gaining time. Hemian's having a horrible time with that Porsche. Not sure what's going on.
I do know that the Porsche is absolutely terrible on its tires. So it could just be that he's reaching the end. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah, I know. I used to love driving the Porsche, but there's always this point when the tire wear is uneven between fronts and backs. That's where it gets horrible. And once they even out, it's okay again. But
Garmin is essentially bumper to bumper with Hemi, and he should be able to get past him here on this straight. And if he gets past him, I don't think Hemian will have a chance to fight back.
no, I don't think Hemian's going to be able to do that. He's already in the inside.
He's certainly
taking that
trying.
spot.
The one thing that the Porsche has is good short acceleration, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it anywhere.
No.
Garmin's just probably going to end up pulling away here. We will hope that we'll keep a good battle here going, but I honestly expect...
So you got, oh yeah, wow. I mean, they're really pushing it. It's the last 4.5 minutes of the race or so.
Yeah, they are not quite throwing caution to the wind yet, but it certainly feels like it. A little bit ahead of them. I think we'll switch at the same time, so we're doing good there.
Thibodeau and Hastings here.
Yeah, Thibodeau's right there to pass Hastings. Hastings still has that front end damage. So I'm not going to say that Hastings is sitting duck, although he kind of does look like it with his livery. He will definitely fight back, but he doesn't have, I don't think, much that he can really do to fight back. A little bit further back, SVG is fighting with Lorenzo.
Ooh.
They're about a quarter second. Hemian is going to come around.
Going off. It's all over the place.
I'm pulling this up and replaying the pip. Yeah, Garmin had a really bad chicane. He went very deep into the first corner of the chicane. And so now, like, we're seeing Hemian is currently in the lead. Hemian is hemorrhaging his tires.
Pressure.
He is certainly feeling it.
Wow.
Oh no, we have a drive-through penalty.
Right
at the end.
Thibodeau getting past Hastings there. Yeah, actually SVG with a drive-through.
Yeah. Like you're saying, Hastings and Thibodeau fighting. Zach Watt has gotten around Leader finally. So I think I would assume that Leader had an issue to get passed by C. Thibodeau, but either way, amazing job to keep it up for so long. Juicy Jake is still right on the tail of A. Thibodeau. He did lose some time right there due to a blue flagger, though. But in the main screen, we are still watching Garmin try to get past Hemian. We are getting to probably the best chance that Garmin has to overtake him if he doesn't mess up the chicane again.
Yeah, I think the chicane might be one of those spots where the Porsche can shine with its very nimble back and forth. And it was one thing I loved about that car. Hastings and Thibodeau are really battling it out behind there for P7. See them swapping. They are.
Oh no!
What?
C. Thibodeau spun.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull this up on replay.
All right, you do that. I'll go back to. Although Garmin has lost quite a bit of time to Hemian now.
Oh no! So, Hastings and Thibodeau came together on the apex of a corner. I'm not really sure whose fault that was because Thibodeau was behind going into the corner, but that has dropped Thibodeau from P5 to 8 range down to P11.
Yeah, it'll depend on if if Thibodeau came into the corner with overlap, he would have been entitled to the space if Hastings didn't give it to him. But now Watt is up on Hastings. They are side by side. Watt taking that spot from Hastings up here. Give a quick look. A look-see.
Yeah, Hastings will try to fight it back, but I'm not really sure if he has the time. Because we are now down to our last 30 seconds. Oh no! Hemian and Garmin came together!
Oh, man.
I'm pulling this up on replay here.
Yeah, so I'm going to play on this. Oh, my word.
Oh. All I can say is I'm glad I'm not a steward. Garmin has kept his P2, but he is now under massive pressure from May here.
And I'm not sure even who to call that on.
That almost looked like a racing incident, but I don't know. I'll just give it to Anton. I'll make it his problem.
Yeah.
Say D4 sent him crazy last week. Hopefully it'll be D5 this week.
No! Juicy Jake! Oh! Probably with Parker. There's a blue flag.
It's either Parker or Long Bonglio. No, it is Parker. I'm gonna pull this up on replay here in the big screen.
Oh, okay.
So Jake is behind Parker, going through the last corner. So I'm yeah.
Flashing the lights.
I'm gonna go on board here. So he's what was that? So I'm not sure what that was, because it looked like Jake was waiting right until the last moment to move over to get alongside him. And then when Jake tried to move out from the slipstream, Parker moved at the same time.
Yeah, that was... Jake was trying to get Parker to move. Parker would have been a blue flag. Jake's probably hoping Parker's going to move out of the way. And, you know, he's not seeing Parker move. He finally said, okay, fine, I'll just go around you. And that's when Parker decided to move, so...
Yeah.
I mean...
that's... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the rules are that blue flags should move out of the way on the straight and lift off, but...
Well, if I remember correctly, the rule for blue flaggers is essentially you only have to get out of the way after a lap. Like, if it's before a lap, you just can't defend.
Yeah, well, you have to get out of the way within the lap. So once you have one lap too. Now, the start.
I hate to say it, but we've missed the finish.
We did. I would say the start-finish straight is probably one of the better straights on this track because it's the longest.
Yeah.
But again, that's a steward's problem, not ours. It was horribly unfortunate. I'm pretty sure Parker is really glad that this race is over.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers that are probably that way. But just to kind of go over our finishing order, Hemian has won. Garmin was P2, although I'm having issues with the ACC race control because people are leaving and going to the pits. But Hemian is your winner, Garmin P2. I don't remember who P3 is, to be honest. We'll figure that out here in a moment. While our last few drivers finish, Gershty Speed is, I believe, the last driver who will finish. But overall, a very chaotic race, I will say.
Oh my word, yeah.
It gave good speed, or good time, and what am I trying to say? Gave good screen time, that's what I'm trying to say. Unfortunate that it ended the way that it did, but with some questionable incidents there at the end, but either way, at least it was exciting, I guess. Maybe mind-numbing for the stewards who have to go through this again, but you know, there's a reason that they're here. Yeah.
Oh, we came
So
to the same
we will,
conclusion. Yeah.
yeah. So we will give our drivers just a couple minutes to kind of chill off, and then we'll pull some people in for interviews. I know I gave my thoughts, Steph, but did you have anything other than what I had already said?
I no, I mean it delivered the I want to say it delivered the carnage. It sounds like that's what we wanted, but the the yellow flags through the qualifying had me a little bit concerned, and unfortunately that concern ended up being a bit more well-founded than I would like to see it be for these guys. So I think there's quite a few drivers who are going to be very disappointed in this race. It was a really hard start for a large handful of them. Unfortunately, Witt, he was the race leader and ended up with a dropout. But kudos to him for finishing the race, coming back and just getting back in and doing it.
Yeah. So we
right.
will go ahead and drag Hemi in here.
I'll go ask, well, is May in there yet or no?
I don't know, but Hemian's in there. So if you're good for me to pull him in.
I like to save the winner for last. But we'll see. I think that Hemian's only. Oh wait, Garmin is there too.
Well, I'm gonna pull in Hemian because he already said he's ready. So.
Alrighty.
Hey, Cliff, welcome to the booth.
Thank you. Wow, didn't think I'd actually be here.
Yeah, so amazing race. Unfortunately, Witt kind of handed you the race win there with his dropout, but go ahead and talk us through your race.
Yeah, what happened to Witt? I actually thought because I have my system had said she was dropping. I thought I dropped out. I was kind of waiting for myself to come back. He did. I don't know. It was just a good race. Felt good about it. Fast crew that's there, so they pushed me to the edge for sure.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of your final battle there with Garmin. Unfortunately, and toward the very end, you had a little bit of contact there, but he looked like he was pushing you hard.
Oh, he was. He was pushing me hard. I'd actually like to go back, have a look at that, and see what exactly transpired there, because I couldn't tell other than I was getting bounced around.
Yeah, that was. I mean, we couldn't tell at the time, and we did a replay with that contact that threw you guys off, but it was a good thing you were both able to get back on and hold positions.
Oh, he pushed me right to the edge.
Yeah, so at the end, we noticed you were having, I'll say, tire issues. Were you just losing focus, or were the tires really that bad at the end?
No, that front end was gone by then. I was getting tons of oversteer. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty understandable, especially at a track like Barcelona. So.
Well, great race.
Nice.
That was a
first win in the league, so I'll take it.
Yeah, a podium. Yeah, finish. So awesome race, and that was a nail biter to the end.
Appreciate you guys commentating. It's great, and thanks to the SRA for setting us up. It's fantastic.
Oh, you're most welcome, Trey.
Oh, do I get to hit him with it?
You get to hit him.
All right. So, just as our last little question here, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to other than the ones that you just?
Probably the OBDA crew. Still alive. We're still making it.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, Steph, unless you have any other questions, we will let you go back down to your race view.
Well, I would say the last one be, how do you feel about next week? I don't remember where we are.
No idea.
Donington.
Yeah.
Oh, Donington's fantastic.
It can be.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Donington?
We shall see. We shall see.
Okay. We haven't tried
Sounds
it
like
yet.
Sounds like a vote of confidence to me.
Yeah.
There's some confidence in there somewhere.
All right. Well, again, like we said, great race. Amazing job overall, and we hope to see you again next week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, and I will throw you back down. And then who is our P2 was Garmin. Is Garmin in there?
I saw in there. I'm sorry. Oh, and May is also in there.
Yeah.
They both
There's Garmin. Do you just want to drag Garmin up? Not give him any head time?
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
They should expect it by now.
You would hope.
I'll go ahead.
Brad, welcome to the booth.
Yeah. Howdy.
Howdy. Oh, congratulations on a P2 finish. That was pretty stressful at the end there.
Yeah, thanks. It was not necessarily expected, but I was hoping to get there, so I'm glad to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so tell us about this race. I mean, you and Hemian at the end there were just wow.
Yeah. Going into, the kind of beginning of section 3, I don't know if you guys caught it on camera or not. I thought I had space. It looked like I had space. I was really hoping to just kind of squeeze my way in there and close the door a little bit. And at least try to make him a little bit nervous. It ended up not working out in my favor. And got kind of spun around, car turned off, had to get her turned back on and righted. But I knew about halfway through, once I came out of pits and I was P2 coming out of pits, I knew that looking at my pace, paying attention to his pace, I knew that if everything can stay the same by the last 5-10 minutes, we'll be fighting for first. So made a few mistakes. I ended up taking first, ended up losing it. But it is what it is. It's all part of racing.
Well, it looked like a really tough track out there this evening. A lot of
too
people
bad.
slipping.
Yeah. I definitely noticed. I was having a little bit of extra tire scrub throughout the race. I did a lot of practice, ran a lot of laps. I knew kind of what my pace was on new tires, old tires, low fuel. I kind of had everything sort of figured out, and this was a little bit slicker than I was expecting, especially once those tires started getting worn. Started having a little bit of understeer, a little bit of issues controlling the back end. But I was able to keep it under control long enough to be able to at least squeeze out a second. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Awesome. Well, Trey, do you have any more questions?
I'll throw out the last two. So first question.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to?
I want to thank my friends and family for, of course, tuning in and watching. I know that they're not super big into sim racing or racing in general. So the fact that they're always super excited to, if I don't send them the link, they're a little bit butthurt. So the fact that they watch definitely is it's good. It gives me a little bit of support. That's friends and family.
Nice.
All right. Always nice to have support at home and whatnot. And then
sure.
And then the last question: how are you feeling about next week at Donington with the what I'll call spicy weather?
I actually really like driving in the rain. I'm one of the few people that you'd probably say is crazy. I enjoy racing in the rain. It adds an element of surprise. So I enjoy racing in the rain. Donington in the rain, not quite sure because it's already a pretty slick track when everything's dry. But adding a little bit of rain, it's gonna make it kind of a little bit more interesting. And I'm excited to get on track and practice and see what happens next week.
Oh, I'm totally with you. I love the rain, and Donington in the rain will be fun if it rains.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll say that much.
see, what I'm hearing is it's either P1 or bust.
Yeah, probably. Probably. We'll see.
All right. Well, either way, great race. Great finish. Unfortunate that it ended with the bumping that it did, but we hope to see you again next week.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you guys for putting in the time, and thanks everyone in SRA that puts this on. It's really fun, and it's really fun to go back and watch the stream over. So thank you guys for dedicating time out of your guys' probably already busy lives to sit here and watch all of us race and talk about it. So
well, we have fun up here in the booth, so
good.
We do. Yeah, and you're welcome.
Good. You guys have a good night.
You too.
You too.
See if I can drag him back down. There we go. And we have one last interview to do with JP May, so I will drag him up here.
Yep.
Hello, JP, and welcome to the booth.
How you doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good myself.
Yeah, so amazing job getting into the podium spots there. Go ahead and talk us through your race.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I'm glad I was at the front because I saw the replay at the back and in turn one, and it was pretty bad.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. So how did the rest of the race go? Now that you're happy to have seen turn one all happen behind you.
Yeah, I'm just glad I got out of that. I'm happy for Cliff for getting his first win. He's an OBDA member, so I'm happy for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was great to see him. Did he tell us that it was his first win when we interviewed him?
I
don't think he said that.
It's his first one.
All right. Well, congrats to him anyways. So
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't think we focused on you too much because there was a whole bunch of battles on you. But were there any intense moments that you had to deal with during the race, or was it all mostly smooth sailing?
Smooth. I just had to, just take care of my tires. So I was doing that most of the race, I guess. Yeah.
Well, Stephanie, I'll let you close us out with questions unless you have any more.
All right. Well, first one will be, how do you feel about Donington next week?
I love Donington.
Yeah. Another vote for
good
Donington.
I would say I'm good in the wets and Donington, but I'm bad in T1s.
Well, now you know what to practice.
Yeah.
We expect to see you up on the podium next week now, because you've made it clear you like both wet weather and Donington, and you're really excited about this.
We'll see.
So last question is, would you like to give a shout out to anyone while you're up here?
I want to give a shout out my teammate, Rob Warren. I want to give a shout out to Cliff. He was putting a lot of work, trying to get P1. So I'm happy for him.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Good luck next week. Hopefully you'll enjoy Donington, and hopefully it'll be wet for you, and you can enjoy that also, and have a great race.
Yep. You two guys, take care.
You
right.
too.
Bye.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
So-
Well, with that, we are done here, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for joining us. You can wait. Oh, there's a whole spiel I almost forgot. So we will be here, not us personally, but you can catch more racing tomorrow night as D2, D4, and D6 are all racing, all streaming on YouTube. D2 will also be streaming on Twitch. Now, if you really love watching racing, you can go back and watch the replays of D1 and D3 that both raced this evening also. And we will be here again next week at the same time, same place, to watch these guys race around the lovely track of Donington with some variable weather. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping it floods. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm personally hoping for a dry start that gets really wet at the end, because that's the most crazy kind of race. It really gets challenging for the drivers, but I don't know if I want more chaos than this week. So
Yeah, that's true. Now, it could be that it rains for the first 5 minutes, stops, and then rains at the last 5 minutes. Now, that would be chaotic.
that would also be chaotic.
That'd be awful. Frustratingly seen it happen, but, hopefully they have a great race next week, and we will see you all then. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.
See y'all later.